Hi and welcome to Birds with Bottle.
We've got a thing about wine.
And we want you to have a thing about wine too.
And this week we're looking at something you might not find in a posh wine magazine. We're looking at wines to go with takeaways.
Yeah, because us wine bods, we're always considering wines to go with Boeuf Bourguignon or to go with Brie, aren't we? Or trying to match, say, Sticky Toffee Pud or a wine to go with Stilton. But let's face it, we all love a takeaway, don't we?
Yeah. And with the right wine, you can really up the ante and you can turn your everyday takeaway into something sensational.
Yeah, so we're looking at wines that are going to go with fish and chips, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chinese and Indian.
Dead international. Now, wine isn't the obvious drink to have with fish and chips, but boy is a glass of Fino sherry infinitely superior with fish and chips to Cherryade or Dandelion and Burdock or any other fizzy drink in a can.
Yes, so guess what we've got here? We've got exactly that. We've got Gonzalez Bias's Tio Pepe Fino, and it's $9.99 a bottle. And this is widely available, isn't it?
It smells of heaven.
Now, I know a lot of people still think that all sherry is sweet or medium sweet, don't they? And this proves that it's not true. This is extra dry and really it's just going
Seriously dry, isn't it?
It's going to zap your palate.
It is so savoury. It's
It
shockingly
is.
savoury.
My whole mouth has jumped alive just
Yeah.
putting that in, hasn't
Yeah.
it? It's clean, it's so clean, it's almost, I'm going to say stripping my mouth, but in such a good way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Fish and chips, quite often I find that you just feel a bit gross afterwards. They seem like such a good idea, don't
And then
they?
afterwards, they just seemed like so not a good idea.
And so if you have a glass of something like this that's bright and alive, it somehow makes you not feel sort of sluggish with all the carbs and the fat and the disgustingness. Now, if you don't like Fino sherry or sherry generally, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc does a similar thing. It's that sort of brightness that
To just
really
cut through that sort of fatty feel. And remember, sherry is a wine. So like us, put it in a proper wine glass. A nice big wine glass. Don't fill it to the top, but
yeah, that's really important. And don't dunk your chips in it.
although, that actually sounds quite nice.
I've got a bit of an ambition. My big food orgasm is KFC.
Well, we've chosen something to go with KFC, which is this spicy little white from Majestic called Serrani Fiano. It's the 2012 vintage, and it's on offer until the 29th of April at $7.99, and it's normally $8.99.
And Fiano is a southern Italian indigenous grape. And oh, that's lovely. I find quite a lot of Italian whites a little pale, neutral and insipid, I'm sorry.
And Mel doesn't hold back about telling us.
No, I think that's important. This is Fiano. It comes from the south of Italy, sometimes Puglia, that sort of region.
This one is from Puglia, from Manduria and Puglia.
Yeah. And it's spicy, it's tasty, and this is so aromatic.
And it's got a fuller colour to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know you've got a really tasty wine.
Oh, lovely nose. Really attractive and slightly spicy.
It is. I'm imagining it now with the chicken.
Oh, now that.
Isn't that lovely? It's from the south of Italy. It's a warm region, so we're not getting a lot of acidity. But we've got it quite cold. You need it cold, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. But it's very full flavoured. There's some lovely, like almost mineral notes in there with spicy, like stone fruit maybe. It's really a yummy glass, isn't it?
It's absolutely delicious.
And definitely a food wine, whatever food wine.
Delicious. You see, it does things to me, if I want to. It's so gorgeous. I love its crispy, salty, savoury, it's the whole fried chickenness of it. I love.
Whereas you see, I have never had one.
How can that be?
I don't do fat well.
Do you know, I do fat quite well, in fact.
But you quite like a whole vast bucket of it all to yourself or something.
Actually, I so could.
Now, KFC may be so not my thing, but Chinese, well, I'd really like to pop in for a takeaway there. And if you're having that, then the wine needs to have a bit of sweetness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's to go with the chili flavours, the sticky flavours and tastes, the sweet and sour, all those things.
Yeah, sweetness
really works.
Yeah. So we've chosen the Czar Riesling. It's from the Wine Society, and it's the 2011 vintage, and it's £8.95.
Now, the Czar is a tributary of the Moselle, so that sort of puts you where we are in Germany here. Yes, German Riesling. Now, don't turn off. It's German Riesling, and it's off-dry German Riesling.
Yeah. And it's beautiful.
Shall we?
It's a lovely smell. It is floral. Wines from the Moselle are floral.
It is. It's like fresh flowers and just really so inviting and bright.
Actually, do you think Lenore could?
It could.
Yeah.
Could. They could take out one of these.
Mm.
Now, just a little tip. If you're in the supermarket and you're looking along the rows, if you look at the amount of alcohol that's in the bottle, it helps you tell whether it's going to be a sweeter or a drier version of the wine. So this one has got 11% alcohol, so it's got some sweetness. If it's got lower, it's probably going to be even sweeter.
Yeah. So anything over sort of 12 and a half is likely to be dry. But this is definitely, it's called medium dry. It's a fruity wine, and that works so well with the Chinese sweetness, doesn't it?
It does. It's bright, it's sharp, but it's sweet, it's balanced, it doesn't feel heavy. I think it would really wrap down around all those lovely Chinese flavours.
But it would do all the sort of the sticky, ribby, chili thing, but it would also do something with ginger and spring onions, the sort of paler, cleaner flavours.
The fresher vegetable-y kind of things that you might get.
Duck and pancakes.
Yeah. Now, as with a lot of these German wines, they come from vineyards with the most unpronounceable names. So it's there, written down on the screen. We're not going to even try and do that one.
No.
It's a long time since my German A-level at school.
No. Things you learn. So if there's just two of you having your Chinese, you could put on a little silky number, tie your hair back in chopsticks.
And chow down on a few spicy pork balls, maybe.
Ooh. This is our last wine, and we're heading to the curry house.
Yes, now this is Carmenere, and it's a grape that's surprisingly wonderful with curry, isn't it?
Surprisingly. This is the Montgras Carmenere Reserva 2011, and it's £8.99 in Waitrose, but it's reduced to £6.74 until the 2nd of April.
Lovely nose.
It's really fruity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
It feels warm and rich and
concentrated.
Like it's going to be absolutely delicious on the palate. This is from Chile, by the way, from Colchagua.
I think with curry, you need something that has balls, don't you? You
do.
need something that's big and really stands up to the enormous flavours that you're getting from the curry.
Yeah, because there's going to be lots of spice there, and just lots of different flavours too, and you just need something that's really going to balance with all that.
This is really spicy. There's a little bit of toast yolk. Lovely. It seems dry after Riesling.
It does.
But this absolutely has the balls to deal with your curry.
It does. You can feel a bit of structure in the glass, can't you? As you taste it, there's definitely, this has got a bit of backbone. Lovely.
Yeah.
Now, I like takeaways, on a Friday night. You know, when you've invited loads of friends over and nobody wants to cook. It's just such a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't you find people always over-order?
Oh God, yes.
It's a sort of willy-waving contest.
Yeah.
I need so much food.
Yeah, like, give me 3 naans and 10 poppadoms just for me because really I'm that hungry and I can't share it.
But the bonus for that is the leftovers the next morning for breakfast.
No, actually the last thing I need in the morning is morning sag.
Oh, I disagree. I think there's nothing wrong with tikka and twinings. I'm just beautiful.
I think Mel may be on her own there, but who knows. But see you next time.
See you next time.